All right. Happy Monday. It is the 13th of February, and um, tonight's team call is going to kind of go over, I'm just going to walk you step by step how I set up and get a new customer started, because I know a lot of you guys are starting to sign customers, and this is just what I do. And I really have tried to not be a coach that signs somebody up and then lets them disappear and kind of just fizzles out, because that is one reason that Beachbody kind of gets a bad rap, is because coaches will sign people up with a challenge pack and then disappear, and the people are left like kind of to fend for themselves. And I've been talking to quite a few people that have come to me, and I ask them if they have a coach, and they say, well, I did, but I never hear from her. I don't think she has a challenge group anymore. So I really just want to make sure that my customers have the best experience. And if anything, I would probably rather bug them too much than have them feel like I don't have time for them, or I'm not helping them enough. So what I do when I start out, so I go through the scripts that are in the Google Drive. I will, talk. I have started recommending the 21-day fix for everyone to start out, no matter what their level is, unless they come to me and they say they want to do Country Heat or Quarter Force or something. Just because the 21-day fix is so, I love how it combines the fitness and the nutrition. And then if nothing else, they have a really good foundation to keep building on and keep continuing to do the Beachbody programs. So that's kind of what I have started doing, is I just recommend the 21-day fix. And then I break down when they ask price. I usually will kind of avoid that until the very end, and then I make sure I know what their goals are. I make sure they know what their struggles are, and then at the end, I just say, okay, now they have two different options now. So the first is you can get the 21-day fix challenge pack that includes the DVDs, the program manual, the nutrition guide, the portion containers, a 30-day supply of Shakeology at a discounted price and shipping. That it will get you access to my accountability and support group. That is $160. Or we have a new package called the All Access Challenge Pack, which will give you access to the 21-day fix plus every other program that Beachbody has or will release in 2017. And you still get all of the nutrition guides and program manuals, the Shakeology, the containers, access to my group. That is only $199. And I've started wording it as it's only $199 because it is a huge deal. And I want to make sure that people realize what a great deal it is. And now that they just announced today, it's going to remain in the challenge pack repertoire at $199. That is amazing for us as coaches to be able to help people. So then if they kind of, give me the money objection, I will break it down even further and say you're getting $6,000 worth of fitness and nutrition programming. You're replacing a meal with Shakeology, so you're not adding to your grocery bill, you're supplementing it. And then once we figure out which challenge pack they want, and then I usually end that conversation with just saying, let me know which link or which package sounds best to you, and I can send you the direct link. If they say they just want to do the DVD, the one for $160, I don't push it and try and get them into the all access, because I don't want them to feel like I'm trying to push them into the more expensive one. I've already laid it out and explained how much better the all access is. But if they would ever upgrade down the road, you'll get that commission and you'll get that Success Club point anyway. So that's just something to keep in mind. They also just announced today that starting March 1st, the All Access Challenge Pack will stay in our library, like I said, but instead of being 3 points, it's only going to be 1 point. Oh no, instead of being 3 points, it's only going to be 2 points like all the other challenge packs. And Shakeology on Home Direct is going to go up to 2 points. So it's currently 1 point, and it will go up to being 2 points. So that's another great way to, reach Success Club. Okay, so let me then take you to where we go from there. So somebody says, okay, I'm gonna order, what's the link? I send them the link, and then I always say, can you let me know when you finish the order, just so I can go in and make sure it goes through okay on my end. So many times I have found that people had other coaches that they didn't even know they had, because they maybe bought P90X 5 years ago from an infomercial and were assigned a random coach and didn't know it. So by them telling me when they've ordered, I can go into the back office and make sure it's there. If they're telling me they ordered and it's not there, I need to do some research. I need to figure out where their order went so that I can get the commission and I can get the challenge pack points. And that's just what I do. And if you go into your Beachbody.com or teambeachbody.com, and instead of clicking on Coach Online Office, if you click on Previous Office View and then go to Orders and My Customer Orders, that is live time. So in the back office, sometimes it'll take a day or so for orders to show up in there. This Previous Office View, it is instant. So as soon as somebody orders, it shows up in there. And that's where I always go and check to see when people tell me that they've ordered. So once they are in the system, I see their order, I know it's gonna go through, I send them a welcome email. And I'm gonna share my screen. And I want to show you guys this. I don't know if you are aware that it's here, but in our team drive, which the link is in the pinned post of our team page, I have this section over here that says, help, I just signed up someone, now what? And I have, I signed up a new customer, I signed up a new coach, I signed up a new discount coach. And this will walk you step by step by step through what I do. And it just, it shows you exactly what I do when I set up a new customer. So I always send them a welcome email. I actually created 2 different ones so that now if they buy the All Access Challenge Pack, it's a little bit different, because I'm not going to need to tell them about the 30-day trial of BOD. And I make sure that they know that they have the Beachbody On Demand. I give them the website to access it. I tell them, if you have an iPhone or an iPad or a Roku type thing, you're going to want to search Beachbody On Demand in your app store. And then I always message or mention that they have Shakeology on Home Direct. They will get an email from Beachbody 7 days before their order ships, but this way I know for myself that I've covered it. I've let them know. I give them the form to change. I do let them know that there's a reminder. And it's also a great time for me to plug in a little piece about discount coaching, where if they love it and they want to get 25% off, they can just let me know. And really, I've just made this super simple. It's just welcoming them. It's thanking them for choosing me. It's telling them to breathe, because I remember when I got my challenge pack, I was so overwhelmed. And it's going to give them the date. I always change the date, and that's why it's pink so I don't forget it. I let them know the day that our challenge group starts. I remind them that the first week is just figuring out the nutrition and figuring out the workout program. And then I also add in, where is it? Oh, okay. I remind them that they're going to have access to the accountability group. And this one says I will be sending you an invite via email. So be on the lookout for that. And that's just going to let them know, again, you know, you're going to get an email from me that will be the invite to the challenge group. So I just try and cover the basics that they would need to know right off the bat. I used to have this be like 3 emails and it was really long. And then I realized I was covering a ton of stuff that was in the preseason anyway. And when people have just ordered and they're already overwhelmed, getting 3 emails is going to blow their minds. So I send them this, and then this way I also have their email in my system now. And it's just kind of another way to contact them and kind of reassure them that I'm not going to ditch them. I'm here to help. You know, let me know if you need anything. And I always make sure I give them my contact information and all that. Okay, so I do that within the first day that they have placed their order. The next thing I do is I just went to Marshall's and I have they're little boxes of cards, and they're just plain cards that you can write in. Like these ones say thanks because all that Marshall's had were thank you cards. But I get their address from my back office, and I just send them a handwritten card. And I just say, you know, thanks again for choosing me. I'm so excited to get started with you. You know, I can't wait to see your results in the 21 days. And I know you're going to love the group. If you ever need anything, never hesitate to contact me. And it's just, then I send that out within the first day or so. And it's just another way to kind of add a little personal touch. And I just think it adds a nice little personal touch. And again, reminds them that they weren't just a commission and we are going to help them. So once that's done, the next thing is I just add them to the challenge group. Now that they're on the apps, you will have to be an admin in the group to add your customers. So if you are not an admin and you ever need to be, just let me know. I can go in and add it real quick. All I have to do is update it. So I go into the challenge group, I add my customers, and then I tag them in the beginning post, like the welcome post and all that, and just give like a little, you know, this is where the group is. I can't wait for you to get started, that kind of thing. If I notice that they don't add themselves into the app, like say the group starts on Monday and I add them on a Thursday, if I notice by Saturday they're not in the app yet because it gives you the little check box, I will email them or call them or personal message or however I contact them and just say, hey, did you get my email? I noticed you hadn't gone through and added yourself to the app yet. I just want to make sure you know where to find it because that is where we start on Monday. And then sometimes they're like, oh, I didn't find it. Can you send it again? Or they'll be like, oh, I need to do that. So I always make sure that they've added themselves. And then that way I know that they're in and they can find it. I've really started trying to have the mindset of is you can't force people to do it, because I've had people that are recurring customers that have like wanted to jump back into challenge groups and then don't add themselves to the app or don't ever respond to my emails when I check in. So I just kind of go through the motions and I don't take it personally. I know I'm doing my part. I can't want it for them, but I'm always here if they need me. And then once the challenge group starts, I interact with them. Every day I post my workout, I post my shake, I post, you know, how I'm doing, just so that I'm being a member of the team and of the group as well. And then I will go through and I will like everybody's post, or my customers. If you have your own customers in there, you only have to worry about your own customers. So I will like their stuff. I will comment on it if it needs a comment, like if they ask a question or if they post like a success or something. I will comment on that just so that there's interaction. If I notice that they haven't checked in for a few days, I will personally message them and say, you know, hey, is everything okay? I noticed you haven't logged your workout for a few days. I just wanted to check in. Sometimes they'll respond. Sometimes you never hear from them. So I make sure that every day I am liking and commenting on people in the group. And then once a week, I private message or I send a message through the app and just personally check on everybody that's my customer, and just say, you know, hey, how did your first week go? I wanted to know how everything was. How are you feeling? Are you noticing a difference? How's the Shakeology? Just something personal to check in with them so that you can kind of keep the relationship going. And then sometimes, again, you never hear from them, but that's once a week. I will personally reach out to all of my customers in the group. And then every day I like and I comment within the group. And then what I do, so like this, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my group for the February 6th challenge group. I write down every single person that told me that they wanted to join, who had a challenge pack or had a program or who I was their coach. I wrote their name down. I put a check when let's see if you can see that. So like I put a check when I sent them the invitation. When they accepted the invitation and were into the group, I put a slash through the X or through the check so that it makes an X. That lets me know real quick, okay, these people I sent it to, these people actually are part of the group and participating. And then I also will add an asterisk next to anybody who it's their first round. Because I know if it's their very first round, I want to make sure that they are doing okay, that they're staying on track, that they're understanding the meal plans, that they're understanding the portion containers. So this lets me know out of, you know, all of these people that this handful, this is their first round and they're confused as heck. And then I will go through and every week when I check in with everybody, I just write the date down. So by the end, I mean this, I didn't write them in this week, but by the end of the 4 weeks, there's 4 dates here. And these are the dates that I personally messaged and checked in with everybody. I do this list for every challenge group. So I already have one. I have one for our free group that's going on now. This is everybody that I have in the free group so that at the end of the week, I know who to check in with. I have a list started for the February 20th group, and this is everybody that has ordered that I need to add in. And this, I keep these. I have the list of every single challenge group I've ever done since I've been a Beachbody coach. Free group, challenge group, and it helps me stay focused because if I try and remember who's in what and when I checked in with who, that's how people slip through the cracks and that's how people get kind of lost in the shuffle. And I really want to start focusing and making sure that I'm helping everybody who is in a challenge group. So that is what I do. And then, like I said, some will be rock stars and will check in every day and will post and will move on to each group with you. Some will join for one challenge group and disappear halfway and you'll never hear from again. And that's just kind of how it goes. Those people, I still check in like every month or so. I'll send them a message and just say, hey, how are you doing? I have, another group starting in a couple weeks if you wanted to join, but I don't hound them because usually they disappeared, and that's, you can't do it for them. So that is what I do with my customers. And that's how I get them started. That's how I get them through their first challenge group. And it's really just about communication and making sure that they understand what they're doing, checking in, and that I've just found that is working the best, to every day like and comment on their stuff so they know that you're at least in there seeing it. And then once a week reaching out. And that's where the people will say, yeah, it's going great. Or they'll be like, honestly, I'm totally confused. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then that person needs a little extra one-on-one, needs you to maybe walk them through something. So that way you're not hand-holding the people who get it, and you're not abandoning and leaving the other people in the dust who don't get it. So that is what I do for customers. Like I said, I know quite a few of you guys are starting to sign customers, which is awesome. And I mean, there's no right, there's no wrong way. You can come up with your own system. This is just what I have found works best for me and helps me track everybody and keep tabs on everybody. But like I said, if you have something else that works better for you, that's completely fine. All right. So that was really all that I had. Do you have any questions on that? No? Okay. I am working on getting some guest speakers lined up. I have 2 girls that I'm talking to right now. So that will be fun. You guys won't have to sit and watch me blab for half an hour. And we can go over some other stuff. If you didn't listen to the National Wake Up Call today, make sure you listen to it, because it was awesome. And it was so refreshing, because it's always motivating to hear from these coaches that are top 10 and, 6 and 7 figure earners and at the top ranks. But when we're still building, when we're still starting, it feels like it's so far away. And today they had 2 coaches that are within their first 6 months who are, making decent money and starting to grow their business, and they shared what they're doing. So it was much more relatable. It was much easier to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because I know, and this, I know for me that, like, when I listen to like Melanie Mitro and Lindsay Matway and Bonnie Engel talk, and they're like, well, this is what I do, and this is, this is how I do it. And I'm like, yes, you've been a coach for 5 years and you make $1 million a year. That is not relatable to me. So definitely listen to the replay of today's call. I have to listen to it because I was trying to multitask, and I don't think I retained any of it. But like I said, the challenge packs, that's what they announced. The all access challenge pack is staying. It's staying at $199 for the US, $231 for Canada. But March 1st, it goes down to 2 Success Club points. And March 1st, Shakeology on Home Direct goes up to 2 Success Club points. So that's kind of nice. I guess they take one and they give one. But so I hope that was helpful. I hope I didn't throw too much at you. Again, all of my emails, my scripts for what I do, all of that is in that Google Doc. And then I update that, like, as I change my wording or anything, I always update that. So you're more than welcome to use those. Just make sure that you change out your contact information. But yeah, that was all I had. So thanks for jumping on, guys. And I will see you. I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow. But I'm working on guest speakers for hopefully next Monday, if she can do it, and then I'll have to see when the other girl can do it, but that'll be exciting. So, all right. Thanks, guys.